How are we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jilly. I'm Will, and today we're getting a preview with a little unboxing of, well, I'm not gonna lift the big box. That's just not happening. Labyrinth Chronicles from Awaken Realms. So this actually was shocking because I didn't pay attention during the crowdfunding and realized that there was an actual early delivery and a late delivery. I ended up backing once they added stretch pay. Then they said, okay, stretch pay didn't get you the early deliveries, and then I backed another copy. All out of the way. What that means for you is we will have another copy of this to give away once it is delivered, once the second copy is delivered. That, of course, will be for Extra Life charities. This will most likely be a giveaway and not part of our culling for charity. However, if you want some good games, pretty cheap, that we're culling from our collection, you can always click that link down below, go to our Extra Life page, and learn more about that. If you want to know when we'll be giving this copy away, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you know when I announce the giveaway. And of course, you can also go over to BGG and subscribe to my blog where I post all my giveaways and everything we do for Extra Life there as well. That said, let's go ahead and flip over the camera. I don't know how this is going to work because I do have my better camera so I can show you guys the minis. So we barely can fit this box in frame. I mean, this is the whole box. Now, I do a caveat with, I don't know what to go through first. I guess we'll go through the main box and we'll go through all the extras over here on the left. But then I do the minis in the middle. I don't know. We're just going to unbox. We're going to unbox. So this, of course, does have minis. It is the regular version. I did not get the sun drop because, of course, I can do the sun drop myself. I'm debating when I want to play this. I want to play it sooner rather than later because, you know, content is king and getting things out when it's fresh and new and fancy is best. So let's go ahead and take all this off the top. We will slide you up for a minute. Hopefully that doesn't reduce too much light. I got my focus down here on the bottom. I realized when I did my review of the Cloudspire books, my focus was out of focus the whole time. So we do have a nice table of contents here. Base components. We do get an extra board. I guess during manufacture they realized there was something wrong with the board. We have 50 labyrinth tiles with plastic bases that combine. 4 characters, token bag, all this wonderful stuff. We do have some baddies. I am probably going to do a sun drop, so I'll probably do a painting video showing how I do my sun drop technique for our first game setup. I don't know if this is specifically for the campaign. And then there's a little guy helping us, little Janik. Janik is helping us through the book, it looks like. Okay, so here's campaign setup, how to do our campaign, the full game rules, full game setup, full gameplay structure, collecting items, a glossary, so building boxes, chronicle box, magnets, that's for the magnetic board, completing quests, some village cards, skill cards. So I've never played Labyrinth. So this whole thing, Labyrinth as a whole, will be new to me. I've heard it's just a fun, lightweight game, which would be good for Lucito when she gets older. But I like legacy style games, so the Chronicles portion was interesting to me. Here's all the script, and there is a envelope in the back, instruction sheet envelope. After you open a building box, insert its instructions. Okay, so this is where you'll put your instruction sheets. You always reread the instructions for clarification. Back page of each instruction sheet can only be read after you complete the quests. All right, so they just stuck a thing in there. Then we do have a quick reference here. I hope there's player aids. I don't like just quick references because that's not convenient. Start here before your first game. So I know they started doing this with a lot of their bigger games because there was a lot of rules complexity. So I know they started adding like, okay, this is kind of what you need to do. This is telling me how to storage. Once you've opened the box, organize tokens, punch boards, cards according to the instructions found in the following. Okay, no, this is actually how to do your box. Even better. Giving one of these telling you where you put things in the box. Like, I don't know why this isn't just standard practice nowadays because, I mean, it takes nothing, right? To print one more sheet of paper and tell you how to put things in the insert that you built and designed. And then there are game variants. So there is the classic mode, master mode, which is an advanced game mode. Collect as many ingredients as you can, but opposed to Labyrinth Classic, you compete for the same tokens, and each will have a secret scoring objective. Okay, each person will have a secret. And then the Chronicles is the co-op, which is, of course, what I'll play on the channel because I can play it solo or co-op. So this is the order of everything goes in there. Classic I think this is the entire instructions of how to play Classic, if I'm not mistaken. Like that other book is I think the Chronicles rulebook. This is, I think, your regular game. It's just one double-sided sheet. All right. I mean, that's nice. Then you don't have to take the whole book out, because that's one of my big pet peeves is oversized books. So we have... I don't know why we have 2 sets of these. Oh, New Game Plus. Okay. So there's the regular one, New Game Plus, and then it looks like we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets front and back. So 10 games basically, plus your New Game Plus, so 20 games if you wanted to. I don't know how different the Chronicles are going to be. That's kind of the question. How different can your playthroughs be? All right. Normally I already have this undone. I don't know why I didn't this time. But we're going to have to put all these together, aren't we? Yeah, we are. All right. And I don't have, I'm trying to look around. Oh, there we go. Holy cow. I was like, do I have anything nearby I can just grab to get this? That is not working like I expected it to. Let's move you out of the way so we don't mess with you. All right. Again, I'm recording this. I'm just so used to live streaming now where I don't have to stop, but like I'm recording this. I could have like completely stopped and just, you know, did what I needed to do. But I did not. All right, so let's go ahead and punch all of these, because we're going to need these for something. All right. Punch, punch, punch. Punching nicely, so no problem there. I think they're the same on the front and back. Yeah, so that's nice that they're same on the front and back. That way you don't have to worry about putting them in backwards. All right. And then corners. All right, so these are your, I guess, your starting locations, and then other corner tiles. But yeah, I think that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably just do a sun drop type technique, and I'll show you guys how I do mine. I might try to do something fancy. I don't know. Like maybe just a single color with a another single color. I always want to do something fancy, just because then I feel like a standard sun drop is just too plain. It's just too basic. I get it if you don't paint at all. You know, paying for the sun drop or getting a sun drop or a wash on it helps bring out the details, which is nice. But when you can paint or have the aptitude to paint, I don't have the time to paint. Sun drop just seems very mundane, very mediocre, low-level effort. I mentioned it during some of my painting sessions as well, similar thing of just using speed paint. I'm not really a fan of the look that speed paint gives you. All right, so we're going to pop all you guys out, because we're going to put all this back in here. So this is going to include storage, because they gave me a sheet to show me how to do it. I don't know the impact of any of this. We're just popping them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're popping out pretty quick and easy too, so no problem there. Yeah, so I don't know what any of these pieces do yet. Oh, I forgot. I was wondering why that light over there is reflecting kind of weird. Hopefully it doesn't mess up my videos. Didn't even realize I had a light left on over there. I don't think it will. Basically, the only thing it would do is it would change the color balance. So I have the camera set to the color balance of my regular lights. I want to call them studio lights because I'm not really in a studio, but basically, yeah, the studio lights. All of you go over here. All of you go, I guess, right here. All right, so we got 2 more punch boards. This is a big, okay, so this must just be for your cards. Lay your cards out on that. Put you up there. Got these pink things. Hello, pink things. Got whatever these, more hourglasses. All right. Are they the same on both sides? I was wondering whether maybe they were like, okay, you draw them and they're random, but no, they're all the same. We have another big one, so this is like your camp, looks like. I guess 2 card decks there. So that means we are going to have cards at some point. And again, I don't know why I didn't. So these are actually these are for the players. Because see, they're in each of the players' 4 colors. So I do need to keep everything the color. And that was kind of why I was wondering, do I want to paint them up or just paint them enough to get their color, right? To kind of show, okay, this is their specific color. And that's what I was saying, like, say I painted I did a white primer, right? I could do a white primer. I could then just paint one thing on them, their color, to make them stand out. And then all of the baddies are green. So I'm not sure. I mean, all these little crystals I just punched out are green. So I don't know if it's supposed to be some kind of magical energy. So same thing. I could just make them white and then use a green texture to it. So these are the boards, 2 of the boards. These are the original boards. They said something, I guess they don't slide. These are probably not going to slide on my table to begin with. So if I'm supposed to be sliding boards around, that's going to be a decision. Let's see. It looks the same. Like, it looks the same material, so I'm not sure what the manufacturing flaw was. With these, they left the extra bits in them. I don't know. I don't know what they changed. I mean, I guess this pattern's slightly more exaggerated, so that helps I don't know if you can see that when I do it in the light. So it's slightly more exaggerated than this one, so maybe that helps them slide better. Don't know. It says to hang on to them. It says if you don't need them, well, you don't need them. It says if you do need them, well, you have them. So we're going to hang on to them. I doubt they're all going to go back in the box, so I'm just going to put this down here for now since I've shown those all. All right. We have 2 of our boards, which means we're missing 2 more boards. All right, so let's get our walls out. So here is the first set of walls. So here are the walls. So same thing here, right? I could paint these up. I don't know why they're 2 different colors. I don't know if that matters. Because I would probably just spray paint them all gray. And then do a wash on them. Where's that setup thing for the regular game? Let's see here. So you have gray ones here, white ones here. I don't know if the gray or white makes a difference. Some of the labyrinth, make sure you form the 4 uniform colors. Yeah, okay, here. Insert 16 dark gray labyrinth tiles in designated recess spaces on the board. Okay, so it's because they're not movable. All right. So there is a difference there, but as long as you know, I guess you'd have to know when you do them. Because I don't know. That's kind of my thing too. Is these look very plasticky. A simple gray primer, and then dry brush would bring these out a little bit more. I mean, it looks like there's green, like grass and stuff on them too. I don't know if I would get that fancy with them. So the question is, do we keep the tiles in here? So let's go to the storage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it says, yeah, tiles are supposed to stay in here. All right, so we will just quickly throw these in here. But yeah, they're all pretty much the same. That same design. They have some kind of like the ancient mask, and then like the vines on it. They're probably identical. I guarantee that all the walls are identical. There'd be no reason for them to make them different. Yeah, because here's the white one. Yeah, it's the exact same. And then the same thing is when you have the corners. It's just basically the same thing on that side and that side. No, it's slightly different because, like, see, this one's got some crumbling here instead of, and then the vines are here. So, okay, this are different because this one is crumbled the same, but this isn't, and this one is crumbled right above that mask. Yeah, unless that's a printing error. Nope, that one's got the same thing. All right, so they are slightly different. All right, what am I looking for? Looking for corners. Did I already run out of corners? Yes. Yes. Oh, no, here's a corner. Corner. Now they don't firmly sit in there, so they are removable. I'm wondering how much of a problem that's going to be with store. That means you're kind of going to have to store this flat. You're not going to be able to store this any other way. But yeah, I think a quick gray primer, quick dry brush. And I think the difference would be is like with the gray ones, with these ones, I would just do a light gray dry brush. And on these ones, I would do a white dry brush. And then that should make them pop enough where I can tell the difference. Right, so this is the first one. And then the boards just sit on top like that. So we will move you over here. And we'll get the next one. All right, so this is the next one. Same thing, 2 boards. And they have it so the boards can be either way because these are notched out. Although I feel like something else is supposed to go in this one. I was saying good job on the insert thing, but like, okay, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that one thing goes here. So that's why this one has this extra. Which way? Like that? No. I feel like that's not right. I feel like there's a nice big chunk over here to put that in. It doesn't fit. So maybe it doesn't matter as much. Maybe it's this one that matters. So, okay, so they're saying do that, then this, then this. See, that's already making it to the top. That definitely doesn't work. Maybe this goes inside. It's not very clear. I was congratulating them at the beginning of the thing about that, and I don't know why you would put this here. Like, I feel like that would warp the edges. Then again, I guess if you put the board like here, I would rather have this, but I guess this same thing could warp. All right, let's go back to our... I don't know where this is going to go. Because it can't go there. Maybe it does go on this other piece. And it just wasn't showed there. Yeah, I missed it. All right, so it does go on. Why am I taking that off? It does go there. I was wondering what this extra little lines were. There we go. Yeah, okay. And they've got it designed, like I said, they've got it designed so you can have the little tabs on either side. I don't think it really matters too much. But yeah, definitely not going to get the replacement tiles in here. I'm not going to get that. Not going to happen. All right. All right. So yeah, so I'm kind of, I've heard, like, you know, this game isn't great. I got 2, okay. Yeah, I got 2 extra tiles. I've heard the game isn't great from the normal game mode, because again, it's an old game, has old mechanics, old ways of doing things. But the people that have played the new story say they like it, right? Actually, it's pretty fun. All right, so this is the character tray. So we will go ahead and zoom in real quick. All right, so we have our first mini here. So this is our warrior. I guess are they all warriors? Yeah, or maybe. He's more, but he's kind of got that more of that Aztec motif to him than not. So, like I said, their minis are great. They have great detail and everything. Like I said, I think I'm just going to probably paint them all maybe white. Do a wash. The white wash for speed paints is actually more of a gray. And then maybe just paint certain things their color. So like maybe a shield red, this red, this red. I don't know if they all have like some kind of like magical thing going on. He's got a piggy. Kind of hard to see him though, because he's very bright yellow. Well, he's got a little piggy going on. Mage is there. But they also said very, very nice details. So, but like same thing, right? I could do this as purple, right? And then the rest wouldn't really matter as much. She's got some kind of, what is it? Oh, that's from her cloak. So her cloak comes down, and then it's opening up as a mouth. That's much better than a cloak of levitation. Doctor Strange needs an upgrade. And then we have our bard. I guess our bard minstrel type guy. And then same thing. You know, I could just paint that the blue. Again, or I could just make them gray, highlight them all the way up to white, and then speed paint them. So what goes in here? So, not very clear. Let's do it this way, because this is the other side of this same layer. So we have our Chronicles book. We have to make it ourselves, which most Awaken Realms games we've had to make our binders. So, but at least they give you a binder. They kind of learned that from, I think, ISS Vanguard. When they first did ISS Vanguard, they made a binder. And then I've got Stalker. It has a binder. I think people were disappointed in the Stalker binder because it wasn't the same quality to what most people were expecting that you got with ISS Vanguard. Not sure what people are expecting. I think a lot of people expect a lot. I expect nothing, so then I'm pleasantly surprised either way. All right, let's not do that two at one time though. Let's try one at a time. All right, cheats, get in there. The only problem is doing it one at a time. I still gotta close this thing. This was not thought through. I would prefer, instead of these little plastic doohickeys they do for spinners and all this stuff, give me those foldy things, right, that you used when you did school reports. Just give me those. All right. Go in there. I'll go in there. All right, everybody situated. All right. So it is a thick book. So we'll have to bend it a bit. All right. That's our book. Let me get back on top. Guess we need to zoom out a little bit. All right. Did it zoom out? Yeah. All right. So here we go. It is showing money in here. Okay, and again, good design. It shows you a picture of what goes inside of each of these containers. A lot of games don't. Now, one thing I mentioned in the beginning, I did not realize this was more of a pre-order than a crowdfunding. But there were no options. You either got all in. It's still up available. I didn't even mention that either. It's still up available, so you can still get this. But they didn't give you any options for any additional premium items or not to get certain items. So certain things kind of are locked into getting the all-in. One thing is the stories, right? Normally you can just add the stories on in an Awaken Realms game. In this case, it is just part of the all-in pledge, and you can't get it any other way. Let's go in there. We'll go in here. I do feel like these trays are slightly bigger than they need to be, guys. All of these go in here. Not sure how neatly I need these. I'll figure that out later. And then all of these circles go in the other one. So I am missing cards. I'm missing whatever goes here. Again, those might be unlocks. I have been doing spoiler unboxings lately. This one I don't think I'm going to. Sometimes I'll do a spoiler unboxing. This time I don't think so. All right, so it does look like there should be cards here. So let's keep going into things. Where am I going to put you? Put you up there. Slide you back down. All right, so we do have cards. And then we have this in the bottom. There you go. All right. My box is scuffed on the side, it looks like, when they were sliding everything in. Otherwise, it's fine. Again, don't care. It's a box. It's holding things. All right, so this is the bottom layer, so we'll go through the minis. We got to get them cards out of there. One thing I do want to check. So somebody posted this on the Discord. Some of people's weren't made right. So they're not sitting all the way in there. I can't remember, were these supposed to come out? Ah, yeah, see. So these slide out so you can open the portals. But yeah, some people's, they wouldn't go all the way in. I don't know if that's just as simple as maybe there's a burr down in there and you just need to cut it out. Because I would imagine these are built with a particular size. So I would imagine it's this. Same thing with these. They're all the same. So same thing, I would just do a primum white dry brush. Or gray dry brush because these are gray. But yeah, so those all come out. These are neat. I like these. I would almost put these in my... I've got some terrain, just random terrain stuff for games. These portals are really nice because they've got that translucent plastic in it. I really like these. All right. Put those in there. We have our player aids, maybe? Help cards. Help cards. All right, so we got 4 help cards. Good. Player aids. I was asking on the front of the, when I went over the manual, I was like, oh, is there going to be player aids? There are player aids and icon aid. That is good. There is your quest in progress divider. Not sure where this goes yet. It doesn't really say. Maybe that other sheet that I tossed somewhere. Probably. Yeah, start here. Treasure tokens, labyrinth tiles. Insert the remaining tiles. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did I do that right? I'll check it later. So the player pieces need, of course, be in the 4 dark gray tiles. And I don't think I did that right. Or I didn't pay attention when I was doing it. Yeah, this just goes over all the components. And then token bag, but it doesn't say what tokens go in there. Okay. All right, so we have a quest in progress card. I think it's supposed to be there. Mine was in the back spot. And then, all right. Resetting the campaign. Always good to tell you how to reset the campaign. We have Miranda, the sorceress. Ali, the bard. Demetrius, the huntress. Demetrius, the huntress. And Roger, the knight. And I was thinking he was like more Aztec, but he's not. He's just weird looking. And I don't know if this is based off the original. And then they do have some nice little flavor text about them on the back. So that's fine. Set up 1 of 4. Note, if you're playing consecutive games, skip step 1 through 4. And randomly set it up. Okay, so it's nice. It's a nice, quick, easy guide for the campaign. So you don't necessarily need the rule book each time. All right, sleeves. Not sure why there's sleeves, because this is definitely not enough sleeves for everything that came in the box. So are there certain cards that are going to need sleeved for some reason? Don't know. Dividers for our cards. So we have unlocked objects, unlocked skills, events, and items. And then, again, try this pen, but I don't think my Columbia pen is going to work. It might have. I might have did it. Yeah, there we go. So, All right. So here comes trouble. That might be the backside. No, that's right side. So we have secret formulas. So it looks like you have to find certain things to unlock a secret formula. Just going to put them all back in because I don't know where these go yet. Treasure cards. So, okay, so you're going to get the treasure. The treasure is one of those. We saw the tokens. They don't say what they do. So now I'm confused how you would know what all these pretty things do. I don't know. Here comes trouble. Activate the goblin. Okay, so these are events. There's only 4 events, so I'm guessing we'll get more events as it moves on. And these are regular items here. But same thing, they don't really say what they do. They have a iconography at the top. Oh, it looks like these are each of the characters. Okay, so this is the pink character, the blue character, or the orange character, and the last one was not white, it was red. Maybe not, maybe it has nothing to do with the characters. It was the same symbols that were on those tiles earlier, so we'll have to see. All right, now, I don't know which of these are allowed to be opened at the very beginning. Maybe the Chronicles box? Where is, let's see here. Let's see if it says we can open any of these boxes, or you're supposed to open any of these boxes at the beginning. Setup. Randomly place portals. Place the goblin board. First game. Assemble the map. Insert the 4 characters. During each game you enter Labyrinth, collect items. How to play your first game. Alright. Character turn, collecting items. Action phase, end of your first game. Sum up the collected items, each player, worth crystals. Place in, okay, so you take the crystals, you put them in your treasure slot. Crystals from the treasure slot can be spent between games. There's no penalty for losing items. Return all cards. Read your script. Campaign setup, okay. Note, if you haven't played your first game yet, do not follow the first game setup on page, well, hang on. Do so now following the game was before, okay. So then, alright, so then after you do your first game, now follow the first game setup page 4. Find 4 setup and 4 in-game cards, standard size. Okay, so those are those cards that we found. The cards we found earlier were the setup and in-game. So it says, insert the 4 setup cards in the first page of the campaign binder. These cards contain shortened setup instructions. Insert the 4 in-game. Okay, so you're going to put those in the binder. Take a new campaign sheet. All right, so now we're taking a campaign sheet. So it's saying play a regular game, but it's co-op. I mean, you're still playing the co-op game. Okay. So you're still playing the co-op game. You play that game. Then you come in and play the campaign, because that's when you're getting your campaign sheet. Spend 10. Okay, now spend 10 crystals to return items and buy items to fill the above the end slot. Leave all the unspent crystals in your treasure slot. You'll be able to spend them later in the shop. Each time the last item above the frame is filled, choose which one you want to do. Marking building means you have repaired it. Find the in-building box and open it. Okay, so we will open the inn by spending our 10 crystals to buy 1 hammer, and then to fill in the hammer above the end slot. Okay. And it says each time the last hammer, so there's only 1 hammer for the end, then you also mark that you've repaired that particular location. Okay, and then during the campaign, play the next game. What's on step 10? Come back to it later if you wish to. And this is the full rules. So the only thing you're going to do is it says you can spend crystals to buy and repair buildings. And scroll tokens that can be used during the adventures. Whenever you buy a building, fill in one icon next to the chosen building slot. When the last one of a building slot is filled, you have managed to repair one. Choose one of the unmarked. So now here's the question. Like here, it shows you did 2, and then it says select 1. So you can't unlock all 3, maybe. Maybe. All right. So we're gonna do the inn. Let's do the Chronicles box. I feel like this has a purpose. I feel like we're storing things in this box. I don't know. So look away now. I'll have to make sure I do a timestamp at this, and I'm opening these boxes, and there may be spoilers. I wasn't gonna do it for myself, but now I'm committed. Just because I want to see what's in them. Oh, that ripped. That was not good. Alright, so they have actually... Okay, so Chronicles box, Chapter 1, 4 cursed item cards, merchant objectives, cursed tokens. Chapter 3, 4 dragon icons, 4 dragon echoes, and 5 event cards. So, they are in black bags, so I'm not going to open them. I kind of know what they are now because they're here, and you now know what they are because they're there. But yeah, I'm guessing at some point it will tell you to open this and take 1, 2, or 3 out of this box. My assumption. And then you have, for locations, you've got the inn, enchantress house, our house, townhouse, scout house, troll's cave. So I'm guessing these are locations. There's a school of meadow, genie's lamp, and catacombs. So I'm guessing these will be used in specific games. Well, let's go ahead and open up the inn while we're at it. At least open up the inn. So again, my spoilers has not ended yet. So in my chapters, I need to remember spoilers there, and then I gotta remember to put another chapter afterwards. The inn stays open for the thirsty, hungry, and needy. Its owner, Raymond, the gnome, is always ready to treat you to his unique magical pies. According to a local legend, not only do they taste better, but they also make you swifter. So I was thinking I could play this during my birthday stream, which is 2 weekends from now. Problem is I don't have a time to paint between them. All right, so these are in black bags too. So they have kept everything a secret. There is a new rule sheet. I'm not going to go into that, but the rule sheet goes in the back of the rule book. And that's what it says. You get a rule sheet, and then you have the different village and quest cards. So there will be quests. Quests shall be had. I don't know how many games it would take to get through the whole thing. All right, so that's those. Again, get a bag. Really nice bag. This is a nice faux leather bag. I can fit my whole hand in it. It is a stand-up bag too. They did a nice deluxe. I mean, Awaken Realms does a nice deluxe, but for something like this that was, like I said, it wasn't clear that it was a pre-order. I was just thinking it was going to be something like, you know, Burgundy and all the other ones they've done. And it wasn't. All right, last thing are the minis, and then I got to put everything back in the box. So let's go ahead and do minis. All right. So the first one we have are these little guys here. I guess these are the goblins, and they're stealing our loots. But again, great detail on Awaken Realms minis. I could paint these. I mean, I could do them with speed paint just to get them done. Or I could do a sun drop. Right? Whichever way I do it, I would want to make a... I mean, now I could do two. I could just make a quick video and paint these offline. Just as a training. So that's the reason I'm thinking about, do I want to do a more of just a stylistic, just to show people different ways to paint these. But this is some dude with a very big beard. Very big hands. Maybe a troll? Maybe a troll? He's got wood sticking out of him too. So yeah, maybe he's a troll. So there's 4 of those. They're all the same. So there's 4 of those, 4 of the goblins, and then you got one big bad, big bad dragon. So, slight spoilers, right? Because you know there's going to be a big bad dragon at some point, but I guess the point is the story and trying to find said big bad dragon. And he's got some kind of collar around them. So again, kind of that Aztec symbology. Although I think that's Irish, I think has had that same kind of knots, Celtic and stuff too. So and then more iconography down in there. But again, very high detail minis. Awaken Realms always does high detail minis. Sometimes some people believe it's a little bit too high detail, and I can see why, because it's like there's stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff, and it's like, what are you going to do with all that stuff? So this is why the corners get dinged, because me putting it in there was dinging them as well. All right, so now I'm gonna have to clean up all that plastic. So that goes. We're gonna follow the instructions now. So this goes here. Then we put this here. Before I put this up, I needed to fix my mistake. Wrong one. This one. All right. So this one, do that. All right, where's the other ones? It's only 2 of them. Maybe I did need to open it up. Yeah. All right, so the other 2 are in here. All right, so there. All right, so this goes here. So there were little cards, and I don't know which ones. I'm thinking the item cards go in here, because there's 2 sets of cards. So these are probably these are the cards. I didn't take them out there. They're down in the bottom. I think it's not that far down. This is already turned into a 42-minute unboxing. Why not, Will? So that should be the secret formula cards, and then the treasure cards, I think. It's in the events, or is it the item cards? Yeah, secret formula and treasure. Okay, so you can barely read it in the thing, or I can barely read it because I'm blind. So yeah, you go down in there. So, so this goes here, and then shows the secret items there. There's these here, and again, I don't know what the sleeves are for. It didn't seem like there were enough sleeves for everything. It goes there. All right, and so now that makes sense. So you have your locked section, and then you have your next to that is the, I don't know why I'm still zoomed in so far. Sorry about that. Is your vault. All right, and then after that level is one of the, I don't think it really matters which one. This one, because it's got the other hero pieces. This one. And then we grab all this. Now, I did all that. I'm probably going to have to, I got something over here on the left I got to put in here. Ay. All right, let's slide you up for a minute. I forgot. So like I said, got the all in, so I get the personal stories, and these are going to have to go inside that box somewhere, because I'm not keeping an extra box. Although I got to keep 2 extra boards. I can shove them up in a cabinet. All right, so we have a new help card. for the personal stories. All right. Okay, but it's a single help card for the personal stories. You don't get more than one. Then you have achievements for each character. Looks like you can only do them twice. Yeah. It looks like you can play that twice. So there was campaign sheets. There was a total of 20, including the new game plus. But for the stories, there's only one sheet for each. New starting tiles. I'll have to look that up. We got new tokens. It didn't say where those go. Got new sleeves. Oh, that's why. That's why they're sleeves. These aren't sleeves, so these are upgrades. We can upgrade our cards. Okay, so exchanged components. Whether or not any of this is spoilers, sorry, because I didn't know either. I'm just opening it. And then these are our magnets, so we will check these guys out. So this is a magnet for our board. So we will have a magnetic board that those go on. You go away. And I'm just got a bunch of trash down on the floor now. I should have a trash can down there. Like I said, normally I have all this stuff off, so then I wouldn't have all this trash. Where'd be spending all this time? All right, so these are skill cards, it looks like. All right, so you've got, okay, so that's the wizard. So this is each of the characters. So the different skill cards, I guess, yeah. Yeah, so these are their different skill cards. All right, so let's look in the book and see how this does what it does or what it's supposed to do. Personal stories. Personal stories is an optional expansion for Labyrinth Chronicles and introduces personal quests you may complete throughout the campaign, rewarding you with stories and alternative gameplay components. Keep in mind that using this expansion may slowly lower the difficulty. I don't care. Although I guess the question is, how difficult is this game to be on? So you get 4 magnets, 4 sheets, 24 cards, 8 enchantments, 4 troll tokens, 4 ghost tokens, your storybook, 4 cardboard tiles, help card, and a divider. Setup. After you finish setting up your campaign, perform the following. Give each player their personal quest sheet. Each player should read the intro script of their character. Place the exchange components divisor in the main box. It will be used to separate components exchanged by your unlocks. Place the help card. You may add this expansion after you've already started the campaign, but this reduces your chances of completing the achievement in time. Okay, so you need to start at the beginning, is what it's saying. If you want to get all your achievements, you're going to have to do it at the beginning. Personal sheet contains a quest for completed in order to top to bottom. Before each game, read the script. During the game, you may try to complete that quest. When you complete the quest, mark it on your sheet. After the game ends, read the script. If you complete a quest, you'll be able to upgrade one of your earlier unlocked components from the base game. Completing all quests awards you with your character's magnet. Magnet. All right, so here is their text. More text. More text. That doesn't make it any more clear for me. Okay. So, now I gotta put it in the box. Put it all back in the box. All right, come here, box. All right, so we know the first 2 layers just need to come out. There we go, layers. 2 layers. All right. Now, because here's my question. When do you add these in? Like, it didn't say what to do with these. Like, how to add them in. Because we already have our starting locations. Maybe the script will tell us. So, like, Demetrius the Piglet, it says, before the game, read script D1 on page 8. Collect all items from the critters set. After the game, read script D2. Collect all items from critters. When you successfully finish the campaign and all of Demetrius' quests are completed, read the epilogue and not. So I'm guessing there will be times that it will tell us to put these into play. So where am I going to put these? Let's see here. Sure. You put it in the lock section. I don't know where to put it. Where else to put any of this stuff? Because it's very specific to doing campaign. We'll put all this in the lock section for now. We're going to say this is all locked. And then we'll put the cards in the bottom. And put these here. Up card here. Sleeves and upgrade stuff here. Upgrade cards behind. Sure. There we go. All right. And go there. So I think there's lid lift. Definitely gonna be lid lift. All right, where is my lid? My lid. Extra boards. Lid holding up all of the stuff I threw down there. All right, so that is that. All right, and then I guess it's not too bad lid lift. There was some cute art down here. That's the reason I flipped it. I want to show you guys the cute art on the side. All right, so let's take this down for a minute. Oh. All right, and then those are those extra boards. So did have the letter. The Awaken Realms always has this little letter. I was keeping them. I don't think I'm keeping them anymore. Dear backer, if you've read this letter, welcome for supporting us. 4-year anniversary of Labyrinth. I ask your help with spreading the word. Hey, I'm doing an unboxing video and playthroughs. From Awaken Realms, they say thank you. Important notice. Reach out to them if you have any problems. Damage caused by external box damage. If the outside of the box is damaged, please take a picture of the damage before it presents the courier. So, and we'll get to that because I'm going to show you in a minute. My box must have been like destroyed because mine did not come in Awaken Realms box. Every Awaken Realms game I've ever comes in Awaken Realms box. Mine did not. It was repacked. It said relabeled. It was repacked. So I think I've got everything. I double checked the campaign. I think I've got everything. I don't think anything's gonna be separate. But the pick and pack shipping label manifest, that wasn't in there. So I'm assuming everything was in my box. All right. Artbook, of course, is probably damaged because of that, because they put it in a much larger box and didn't use any of the padding that Awaken Realms normally does. So again, all the damage to my stuff is not Awaken Realms' fault. I also don't care. The game is still playable. Nothing was damaged beyond belief. So this is the art book. Now, people are going to have comments about this one way or the other. I do not know. I cannot speak on it. And I honestly don't care. But yeah, so nice looking art book. I usually don't get art books. Art books cost money. Art books add to the cost of my pledge. And I have no purpose for this. Like it's okay, pretty, but I'm never going to use this for anything besides what I'm doing right now. I'm looking through it. I see the pretty art. I don't have use beyond that. Now, again, it's the reason I didn't originally buy the Cloudspire books, because I assume they were just art books with the maps inside, right, instead of the spiral bound. They are not, and you can go watch my unboxing of that to see the difference. But as you can see here, there was, whatever happened caused water damage and everything. So I'm guessing there was water damage, a truck leaked or something. Every box in there must have gotten water damaged. And then they repacked them. So it's also very possible the water damage occurred at the distributor, and the distributor repackaged it, and they didn't have the Awaken Realm boxes. Because I think Awaken Realms has them packaged at the factory in the correct thing. Because this was already pre-known and pre-done when they launched the campaign, that's very possible. So luckily, the only thing that had damage was this one particular item. right? But this is the metal board, and I put the magnets up. So there's that. This is the metal poster, and luckily it came in this, the bubble wrap. So the bubble wrap actually protected it from damage. So there is a magnet back here, heavy duty magnet. Surface preparation. Yeah, that's white. It's white. So use isopropyl alcohol. Tape application. Remove the protective layer. Press the tape firmly with your fingers or cloth. Adhere to a second surface. Apply the object you wish to adhere. Again, press firmly. Depending on the type, full adhesion may take up to 72 hours. So the only problem with this is I get what this is for. This is like the disc plates and all them that are doing, metal pictures and stuff. The problem is I live in Florida. That's technically not the problem. Yeah, there's some goo from manufacturing, like stickiness. That's not the problem. The problem is in Florida they do textured walls for whatever reason. I guess it's just cheaper and easier because you're building on a cinder block wall and things aren't perfectly straight and even. So I don't think that magnet, that 3M, is going to stick to the wall no matter how much you want. But this is what you get. You get this map. And I think as you play the campaign, we're gonna unlock other things to put on this map. I don't know. But yeah, this was part of the all-in pledge as well. That was the last thing. That was it. All right, guys, there we go. That was Labyrinth Chronicles, the all-in unboxing pledge. You saw all the stuff. You saw the storage. You may have saw spoilers. I don't know what all you guys saw. But again, as a reminder, I will have 2 pledges of this, so I do have another pledge coming in that we will be giving away in the future. It will not be part of our Culling for Charity. However, if you want to get some great games for donating money to charity, click the link down below, go to Extra Life, and you can see what games we are donating and culling. I wanted to make a regular video of entering and leaving the collection. Hopefully I make one this month, but if I don't, that's always down below. But if you want to know when we'll be giving away the second copy, make sure you like, subscribe, bell notification, mainly subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, that way you know when I post the video explaining how I'm going to be giving it away. It may be, I think these are supposed to deliver in the summer, so it will probably be part of our game day of this year, which is happening in November. So again, subscribe to the channel, that way you can come out and join us during game day when we go live, and I'll be marathoning pretty much the entire week to raise money for Extra Life. Either way, guys, if you want to see the gameplay, subscribe, hit the notify me as well. I'm just saying a lot of subscribe. Subscribe. It's the YouTube thing. Nobody subscribes anymore. It's just the way it is. Yeah. Till next time, guys. Peace.